Well, welcome to another edition of Meet Your Neighbor. Today, we're talking with Sally Siefert, another one of our wonderful staff members here, one of our more recent staff members. You just recently celebrated your first anniversary with the Prairie Funeral Home, didn't you?
That's right.
That's pretty cool. We're so glad to have Sally here, and I want you to find out a little bit more about Sally. So tell me, where did you grow up, Sally? Tell me about that.
I grew up on a dairy farm in St. John's, Michigan. And my dad owned 640 acres of land and was a dairy farmer with 80 cows, and that was my childhood.
Oh, cool. So growing up on the farm, what was your favorite memory from that? I'm assuming you had some favorite memories from growing up on the farm.
Oh, yes. Well, one of the things I remember most was being pressed into service to bale hay and how scratchy and hot that whole process was, but there was a lot of fun involved with that too. And we had a big pond and we could go swimming.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So after you, as you grew up, you kind of moved into your career. I know you've had a kind of a varied background in that. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I went to Central Michigan University, and there I met my husband.
Oh, yeah.
But at that time, when he graduated and we married, I did not graduate at that time. I got my MRS, so to speak.
Oh, yes, your MRS, the Mrs. degree.
That's right. But later on, I completed my education at Spring Arbor University.
Oh, excellent. And you became, was that when you became a teacher?
Yes, I was an elementary school teacher. I mostly worked at Capital City Baptist over in Holt.
Okay.
And I was there 7 years, and I was at a local school here for 5 years.
Oh, okay. See, now I remember a lot of your community working career at the library as the children's, I don't exactly remember what your title was there.
It was a children's and youth librarian.
Okay.
Yes, and during the time that I worked at Capital City Baptist, I was asked by the library if I'd like to come in and work during the summer. And I jumped at the chance because I love books. And at that time, when we got a new director, Mr. Ciarni asked if I would like to be the children's librarian. And I said that I needed to fulfill my obligation to the school, but if he would wait a year, I would come on and become the children's librarian. At that point, then in 2001, I began that career. Got a master's degree in library science.
Oh, my.
In 2006, and worked for the library until I retired in 2017. And it was a wonderful career. Love books, love children, love my community.
Ah, that's neat. I remember being over there several times with our grandson, Anders, and that was such a blast, seeing him interact with you and the other kids there, the songs, the stories,
Yes.
acting out different parts.
Yeah.
That was really great. I know you touched a lot of lives there.
Oh, thank you. I loved every minute of it.
Oh, yeah. Well, tell me, what is one thing that other people may not know about you that you would like to reveal?
Yeah, there's plenty that maybe I wouldn't like to reveal.
Oh!
One thing that might surprise people is that when I was 16, I piloted an airplane and
Really?
got 40 hours of instruction in and was able to take it up. I soloed and went all over the state of Michigan in a Cherokee 140.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know that. How was a pilot? I mean, I'm a pilot. How did that never come up in our conversation?
I don't know.
Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that must have been fun. Solo flight around, seeing the world from above.
Yes. I had a kind of an unfortunate incident where I was supposed to go and fly to Coldwater, Michigan, using only my instruments.
Oh, yeah.
Well, next thing you know, I'm thinking, I think it's been a while. I think maybe I've gone too far. Well, I realized that I was seeing a freeway, and I was over Angola, Indiana.
A little bit off course.
I came back, I landed in Marshall, Michigan, and I said to the man, "Can you point the way to Grand Ledge Airport?" And he gave me a compass reading. I said, "No, point."
Yeah.
And he pointed, and I got in the plane, flew away, and made it back home safely.
Wow. Well, there is what they call IFR. I follow roads, or in some cases, I follow railroads. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Tell me about what your favorite hobby might be. I know you've got a couple of hobbies.
I have two very important hobbies. One, of course, is reading. And I'm a major reader. I probably read a couple of books a week.
Oh, my. Yeah.
I read every day. And the second one is my husband and I love to bicycle. And we go on bicycling vacations. And we will pick a spot and then go maybe 18 miles on a trail and then stop and have lunch and then bicycle back.
Ah, that's nice.
So
that's so cool.
We can get hundreds of miles in a week doing that.
Oh, my gosh. Pedaling it all by yourself. Yikes. Not sure if I'd have that much energy to do that, but that's great.
Well, if you keep going, you can do it. And I found that if you can bicycle about 12 miles, you can pretty much do an infinite number.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. I know, well, where's your favorite place you've been on a bicycle ride then?
Oh, I love being over in the Grand Rapids area. There's a wonderful trail there in Rockford, Michigan.
Oh, yes.
The trail goes along the river, and there's a lot of ice cream shops right there, which is an added bonus of bicycling all day. You can afford the ice cream.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And it's just beautiful there. We've done that one many, many times.
Oh, excellent. Well, let's see. You folks have a community ministry that you work with, isn't that right?
That's right. My husband and I have done a church service for the Eaton County Rehabilitation Services, Health and Rehabilitation Services for 38 years now.
Oh my gosh.
We've been there once a month. We sing, my husband gives a short little lesson, preaches a little sermon, very short, and we sing hymns. I have a hugging ministry. So when the service is over, I go around and say a prayer for each person and give them a hug and listen to their concerns.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty cool.
Yes. We have 35 people come to our service every time we go.
That's so nice. I'm so glad you can do that because I know some of those people don't always have many family members or friends that are able to come visit them. So.
Right, and it's a real blessing to us.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's probably one of those things you get maybe more out of it than they do sometimes. That's really nice.
That's exactly right. When I'm needing a nap and I go there anyway, I come home all refreshed because it's just a terrific thing.
Nice. Well, let's see. A couple more questions I have are, what do you think you're most proud of over the years?
I think that I'm proudest of my family, of course. I have 2 wonderful daughters, and I have 5 beautiful grandchildren. I'm also very pleased that I've been a dependable, caring person.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've seen that with the work that you've helped us with here at the funeral home. That's wonderful. The ability. I've also seen your hugging ministry with greeting people in the front hall.
That's right.
Which is a big help to people. Sometimes we say it doesn't matter if anybody's here, or when they're here, it doesn't matter if they say anything. It's just kind of like a big group hug to have everybody here at the funeral home in support of the family. So if somebody were to ask you, how do you think you would want other people to think of you? How do you want to be perceived by everybody?
Well, I want to be thought of as a loving, caring person. And I've tried to personify that through my whole life. I have a strong faith in God, and He is love, and I want to exemplify what He does, what He is and does in His life. And that's how I want to be known as.
Oh, that's excellent. I couldn't think of anything better to say than that, or anything else to ask that would top that. So I think I've been so great. I'm so grateful that you've been able to chat with us today on Meet Your Neighbor. So again, Sally Siefert on Meet Your Neighbor here. Join us next time.